Well, if this fan ain't familiar, it should be. This is my 14-inch super electric box fan, model number 1475. This appeared basically only in the video of me unboxing it, which was cut short by my bee getting dragged off to do something with my parents. But now it is post restoration, and it is in very good condition. Now, um, for starters, in that video you saw how it was incredibly off balance. It was incredibly disgusting. It had stiff bearings. It was rusty, and the shaft moved back and forth a horrible amount, which I'll explain that later. But the work I did to it, was I completely disassembled it, like everything, except I didn't take the motor out of it because the cord runs through the frame, which is I couldn't get it out for the love of me. But I detached the motor and cleaned it, gave it some new oil. I repainted the front and rear grille. I scrubbed the blade with soap and water, like Dawn stuff, in the sink. And I reclocked the blade and gave it some slight performance enhancements and made it mostly balanced now. If you do notice, there is tape on here. It is to prevent it from rattling whenever I run it, because there's a little like crimp clipped thing there instead of your normal wire that holds it in. Without the motor having a awful amount of back and forth movement, instead of your usual stack of no, just like felt washers or hard plastic ones, or like long, thick, hard plastic thing spacer. This has springs inside of it, which were completely compressed, which caused that back and forth movement. So I had to manually stretch them out, which caused me a great deal of pain suffering on my fingers, which was not fun at all. And the bearings were dry. There was no scoring on the shaft or any case of the bearings depositing themselves or chafing. So that was fine. I did not paint the cabinet. There is still a giant mark of rust in the bottom where there are some important numbers I can't read. Also stamped in the bottom, in here at least, is do not use window, which is nearly impossible to read, and I use it in my window anyways because it's the best window fan, even though it's just a regular box fan. What else do I gotta say? I did not spray paint the blades. What else? There's also one slight problem. I know that for a fact I may have added a little bit too much oil to the wicks or oil keeping object. But I noticed that during consistent use, oil has been dripping out of the bearings, like on the back of the motor. And I do not know why, because it's been doing that consistently, and it's been a while since I've restored this thing. It's just kept doing it. Before it would do it like if I ran it for like an hour, but now it does it if I run it for 2 hours, but it keep doing it. And it also is green, which is not the color of the original oil or my current oil, which is 3-in-1 blue bottle, SCA 20. But that is like a brown-ish. So what could be causing all this? I don't know. I know the bearings are definitely not rooted or worn, or not worn. They're not worn. Or maybe they are. They didn't appear to be. There's no slop in them. So I don't know what could be causing this. I honestly have no clue. It happens more on the back bearing, but it's been Like, I will look at it, and I see like a streak of green goo, green liquid down the back of the motor and collecting on the bottom of it. I've not opened up the motor to see if it's been leaking in there, and I will not unless something bad happens. The motor is a 4-pole, squirrel cage motor, squirrel, whatever you call it. 4-pole motor, 3-speed. It is also, oddly enough, thermally protected. And I think the tag says it. No, it doesn't. But it is thermally protected. On the top, on the speed switch is your info sticker. 0.8 amp, 60 cycles, 120 volt, UO listed, 130L, whatever that means. Off, high, medium, low. 3 speeds, pure electric, Cape Guard, Montana, whatever. Mo. Here's our beautiful motor, and the reason why it jiggles so much is it is only held with 2 screws. There is capable of having 4, but it's only got 2. And this oil will drip out of here and collect on the bottom. Yeah, here's the important number. 05137. 05137. And where's the do not place in window stamp. Okay, my phone's just not gonna work with me. I give up. Luckily this thing had a great condition for its plastic handle, which I've seen just completely like just snap off. And the rubber feet are not like willing to crumble. This thing makes some pretty cool sounds upon startup. So I'm gonna plug it in here. The off. Now, I will not start off with speed low because on speed low it is like way slower than it should be because it needs to warm up. Quite literally. Like once it's warm or some nonsense, it will reach that speed quite fine. But if I just start out low, it takes like 5 whole minutes. And it's like a slow speed, and then you will hear it ramp up a little bit to its proper low speed. Alright. We're going to start on high here, and here we go. It is quite loud. I must say that. It is not the quietest fan in the world. It puts out a reasonable amount of air around here, but once you step back, it really just disperses to the sides, and then you can't feel anything, like at all. Like, I can feel it at the back of my room, but like in the basement when I was like 15 feet away, I just felt nothing at all. Nothing at all. Air speed. It's a maximum of 13.2. So I'd say our average is like I don't know where 15 came from to solve that. Our average is like 12-ish. So now we will go to the medium, which there's not a lot of speed difference there. I have an airspeed of 10.7 miles an hour. And then we'll switch to the low, which will probably go like down to its super slow speed because it's not warm enough yet. Yeah, if you can hear that. This thing is quite loud, like in all levels. Like it puts out more noise than air. But also, I've noticed that I can go downstairs and still hear the motor whine if it's like sitting on my floor in my window on high, on any speed, any given speed. And especially on high, it just has like this bass that penetrates basically every wall in this freaking house. I can just hear it. See, it has a quite long spin down time, but of course, if you take the blade off, it disappears completely. Man, if you saw it just like move back a little bit, that's because of the spring in there. The spring on each side, and they were both completely compressed when we got it, so that's why these have had such horrible back and forth play. In fact, see me be able to push it, pull it ish. But it'll still return. It's not like it's gonna, you know. We're gonna start up on low. Here we go. So I think that's it's reached speed almost. Hold on. So that's basically its low speed, if not a tad bit higher. Like a teensy bit. Yeah. Alright. We're gonna let it spin down. I know at one point I was making some weird leg rubbing sounds. I had but I quit doing that. So I don't know if like the springs were just in a weird position or something, but yeah. It has a relatively quick spin time for what it is, but trust me, the bearings are well oiled despite the fact they're leaking everywhere. Alright, here's medium. which is, you know, pretty okay for what it is. Oh, this fan confuses me. Turn it off. And if you notice one thing about these blades, there's no like real blade pitch. I mean, it's ever so slightly, but most of the air is just coming from these little bends right here. So it's basically just a flat plane. Here's high for the last time. It just sounds so cool. It's not leaking yet. Do we have a proper low speed yet? Probably not. I'd say we do. Okay, that's weird. Stop this thing. Alright, here's low. To get it to its proper low speed. It just sounds so cool. Yeah, the motor on this thing is just, I guess, like kind of loud in itself too. Because the frame vibrates so loud. Hadn't I put tape on this little clip right here, it would be rattling the whole time. You wouldn't, like, you couldn't even tell if that was having just like loose windings or, which in this case is perfectly fine. Does not yet. There we go with the motor startup on high. Also, one thing to note: this fan's not in like perfect balance at all. Like at all. Yeah, that's about it. That's about all I have for this video. And I will see you guys in whatever next video comes up upon my channel. Until then, stay tuned. Goodbye.